Today's guest is someone whose platform is not just built on presence, but it is built on courage. This man is taking stereotypes that people try to normally put people in a box with, and he is breaking through them so everybody can be their best self. On top of that, today's ab total on this podcast has officially increased to 8. I'll let you figure out that equation on who has the abs. Secret. Ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, transitioning to everybody's hearts with every transition in his content, Jamison Lange.
Dude, that was great. That was so. Can I bring you around with me everywhere? That was insane.
In your hip. I'm in your pocket.
Dude, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here.
I am stoked to be here today.
I love
Genuinely.
that.
This is going to be so much fun.
I was so excited to just dive into the world of Jamison Lange. Everything about you screams joy, happiness, positivity, wisdom, the courage to be something bigger than what the eyes can see. For somebody who doesn't know you, who may just have met you or came across your platform, who is Jamison Lange today?
Jamison Lange today is someone who is not afraid to show up who they are, who also really wants to encourage and provoke as much confidence to as many people as possible to be who they want to be, unapologetically, without the fear of being judged, and even so, do it anyways. Somebody who strives every day to be more and more confident, and love themselves more and more, and show as much love and peace and excitement into the world as they can.
Yeah, it translates. Your content 1,000,000% translates. And it's so interesting because I feel like some people are performative in nature. They'll do the content but be somebody else in person.
Yeah.
Man, from the moment we met downstairs to right now, you are exactly who you say you are. But the joy emits off of you like radiation. I mean,
Thank you.
You are radiating with joy to the point where I'm smiling for no reason. I'm just walking around here smiling.
Thank you.
I have Jamison Lange today.
Dude, that was one of the biggest things. That was one of the biggest fears that I had at the beginning of content creation. And that's, I think, why I turned to like just being who I am. Because in the beginning, I was so afraid of somebody finding me in public and being like, oh. And I was no, I promise I'm great. You know what I mean? But I didn't portray who I actually was online. And so it warms my heart. Like, genuinely, thank you. That is the best compliment I can ever receive, that I'm like how I am online in real life. That's amazing. Thank you.
It's for sure. Would you say there's any part of you online that people misconstrue or like may not have like a misunderstanding of who you are based on your online presence?
I mean, I could say the cliche of like, I do have my bad days. Like I do have, I mean, content creation is a beast in itself, right? And like these platforms are made to make you addicted. And so like, no matter how good you are at your job and no matter how great your content is, you still have the downswings, and you know what I mean? And so I try to make sure that I stay pretty even keeled, but there are days where I get down for sure. However, now my community is what brings me out of that, which is like the coolest thing in the world. Like that's the full circle moment, is I know that I can get on there and I can post my silly goofy stories, and I have so many people that are interacting and being like, I love you. And I'm like, I love you. And it's the greatest thing ever. It's the greatest thing. And I would say the other thing is that I think that a lot of times when it comes to either skincare or when it comes to even like minor cosmetics for men, I think that it's misconstrued a lot of times that I'm like, you've got to do this. And it's not that way. It's, I want you to feel like you can absolutely do it if you want, and feel unapologetic that you are doing it and exploring it. And I want you to feel like you have somebody doing that with you.
Yeah.
Like I'm that person. I want you to feel like you're doing it with me, or I'm doing it with you, so you're not alone. But you don't have to. I'm not saying you have to. I'm saying you should if you want to.
Yeah. And so you expressed on a previous podcast that when you were younger, I wouldn't say obsessed is the word, but you were kind of fixated on...
Oh, I was obsessed.
Obsessed? Okay.
Obsessed.
You were obsessed with image and confidence
Mm-hmm.
and maybe not feeling the best in your skin. Like, where did that come from at such a young age? Most kids are playing with Power Ranger toys and
Yeah,
stuff like that. You're working on the six pack at an early
yeah,
age.
I think. Oh man, this is a great question. Look at you. This is a
Come
great
on now,
question.
give
Come
me
on
some
now.
little knee slapper.
I think that I was so fixated on. I took a liking to biology really early on. That's the one thing I could say I'm good at in school. Everything else, don't ask me a question at all. Are we allowed to curse on here?
Of course, curse it up.
Okay, fuck. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah, get it all out.
No. Great. Awesome. But like, so I took to like biology and stuff like that early on, and my mom was always into bodybuilding.
Yep.
And she always appeared well. And she is, I think, God, I'm so sorry, Mom, if I get this wrong, 56, I believe.
Yeah.
And she looks like she's 30. Like, she's beautiful, beautiful, okay? And that always inspired me to, like, want to take care of myself. But I didn't do that until a little bit later in life, right? And so when I did start on that journey of, like, really wanted to take care of my body,
Yeah.
I think I overly obsessed over, I went from one extreme to the other,
Yeah.
right? And so I fixated on that for so long, and then I attributed so much of my value to what I looked like, and that was detrimental.
Yeah.
That was detrimental, and it took forever for me to reverse that, and even still to today, I'm still trying to. You know what I mean? Like it's not linear by any means.
Yeah. Fast forwarding to today with what you just said, do you feel like your mentality is still that, or do you feel like because you're at a place where you are this statue of a man, you know, great jawline, abs chiseled, and you're just phenomenal looking, that you no longer no longer worry about that?
Oh no, I definitely worry about it on a daily basis. If I look in the mirror too long, I'm like, you need to go touch grass, man. I don't know what to tell you. Because you'll start picking yourself apart, right?
Yeah.
And I think that also comes with the online presence that I have now, and that is that I constantly remind myself with the imperfect moments that nobody is perfect, right? Like, and that's the most cliche thing I could say, but it's true. Like you're gonna have imperfections, you're gonna have blemishes, you're gonna get acne on your chest, you're gonna lose out on the gym some days. You're gonna be too tired, you're gonna oversleep. Like there are all these different things that contribute to maybe being a little bit more puffy that day, and you're like, I look awful. It's like, no, you don't. You're a human, right? And you're still beautiful regardless. And so I think that's more of the take that I take now is like, yeah, of course some days I tear myself apart. I think everybody does.
Yeah.
But I turn that around really quick because I know that, and there are so many people at home that I think that are perfect that are going through the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's what grounds me.
Yeah. What would you say to somebody who's at home right now, kind of staring at that reflection and just hates who they see?
Two things. One, it's valid that you don't like those things, and it's okay that you don't care for those things, because I think, like, you know, for the last 3 months, I hadn't been going to the gym as regularly, right? So I wasn't as in shape. And I don't think that has to be the thing that you like tear yourself of like, you look awful. It's more of like, oh, I can't wait to get back in the gym, right? It's more of a motivating factor, okay? And I think also it's okay to accept who you are in the moment as well, and it's okay to accept your body for what it is. Like it's okay to accept that this reason why I sat on this side is because the vein over here pisses me off to no end. I hate it so much and I can't get rid of it, and it's something I have to live with. And so I just decide to accept it, right? Because it's all I can do. And so then I'm just like, it's my sexy little vein, and that's it, you know?
You got to own it.
Exactly. Own your shit. Own your shit, you know?
Yeah. I feel like outward confidence is something that I struggled with a lot. Like it's so conditional for me, right? Like if I don't have a haircut, I don't want to go out to the event.
Really?
If I don't, X, Y, and Z, it's so hard for me to just show up at any moment at any version of myself. So when I look at you and you're just fresh face, eye patches. By the way, I bought some Hero eye patches for the under eye to reduce some of the puffing. I'm on my reduction journey.
That is my biggest addiction is eye patches. I love it so much.
I'm starting my morning with it because of you. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
But when I look at you, it gives me the confidence. And so I think what you're doing for everyone in the world is very positive. It's hey, show up today and use it to motivate tomorrow versus putting yourself back in that shell. What is confidence to you at this point?
Confidence is walking into a room and commanding it based off of just who you are and who you show up as. You don't have to be the loudest person in the room. You don't have to be the best dressed in the room. You just have to own who you are in that space and in that time. And I think you have the most confidence in the room.
Yeah. When did you find confidence? Like, when would you say at one point or another that this is the most confident I've ever been?
Man, when is the most confident? I think I think it was not too long ago that I hit the peak of like, I think it's not too long ago that I hit the peak of like, I feel like I'm really happy with my confidence, really happy with where my confidence is. And that was filming my first vertical, like doing my first acting thing, like actual acting thing, right? And because, of course, I was nervous. When I get nervous, I shake like a leaf, and I can't stop. Like, I'm just
tremors,
dude. It's like I'm over here, like, anyway, dude. It's so bad. And then it gets to my voice. I'm like, it's like, I promise I don't sound like that. Okay, it's bad. But I think that it was in that moment of just filming. I think it was the second day. The first day I was unbelievably nervous, but the second day I was like, oh, this is really cool because this is just another life experience that I get to add on to, my list of life experiences. And I'm really proud of myself for like stepping out of my comfort zone and doing this. And I had the confidence to actually try it. And I think that was really cool.
Yeah. And so it's so crazy because here I am. I struggle with confidence. I'm more of a person who has confidence in my abilities. I know I can write. I'm a great writer. I know that when it comes to rapping, I'm a great rapper.
Yeah.
I'm a decent
Okay,
podcast.
then own it.
You know what I mean? So I
love
own
that.
those. But, outward confidence has always been a struggle of mine. So I appreciate the words you are saying. But not only did you take that confidence and turn it into your image and your persona, but you've also made it a brand, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at the start of that brand, you took your last $800 and spent it on a camera.
You do your research. Damn, this is so cool.
I try to come in a little prepared.
This is so cool.
So you take this last $800.
Yep.
And you bet on yourself. Let's unpack that for a minute. When you were there at the register, this is your last $800. What were you thinking? Like, I'm about to do this. Like,
so actually, I know the exact time and the exact day and where I was because I played volleyball, sand volleyball a lot, and I just got done with the tournament. And I was walking to my car and I was looking on Facebook Marketplace and I was like, you know what? If I'm really going to do this, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Like I'll be so mad if I look back on my life and say that was the moment that I didn't do it that could have turned everything. Right.
Yep.
Right. And so I messaged the person and I was like, I'll take this. I didn't even try and negotiate. I was like, I'll take this for $800. And they're like, sold. And so I went straight there after the volleyball game and I went and got the camera. And I think it was at that point where I knew that whenever I made the right decision on things, I wasn't ever nervous. I was always more excited.
Yeah.
And I was stoked, dude. I was so excited. I was like, oh, this is great. This is amazing. And then come to find out, I also needed a lens. It didn't come with a lens. So I waited a little bit until I had a little bit more money. I believe I was working at a car wash at that time. Or I was working at the bank. Either way, I didn't make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And so I waited a little bit and I got a lens and dude, best decision I ever made.
Just betting on yourself.
It was, and it's the best feeling. When you bet on yourself, it's the best feeling. You can't lose.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah. And so you have this lens. I will say this, you're one of those people who anytime your numbers get low, you could post a thirst trap and that's it. Bring it right.
Sure.
You know that, we know that. So you started with fitness content.
Yep.
And I was watching one of your interviews and it actually changed the way I saw my journey because you said what you go viral for is what people remember you for.
Yes.
And so I've always wondered, like, especially with me, like the first 2 times I ever went viral, it was for content that it was just me having fun with the kids. I was like, what is this? Like, I post music all the time. I'll get, 7,000 views.
Yeah.
I post a clip about the kids, 500,000.
Yes.
I'm like, maybe the reason why I've never acquired that success was simply because it wasn't what I was supposed to be known for.
Yeah.
And so you started with fitness, abs galore, 8 total on the podcast, like I said. And then you say, you know what? I can do this all day, but it's not who I want to be known for.
Yeah.
And so you transition. So you got this $800 lens, and you transition into a get ready with me post, right?
Yep.
Talk about that feeling, that transition of sitting there you're about to post it for the first time, and what you were feeling transitioning from your just fail-proof fitness content to something that failure might be a little bit of a possibility.
I knew that when I posted the first video, I didn't think that it necessarily would fail. I was more scared that it was going to be met with scrutiny, which obviously it was, you know, and like for a lot of people that don't know about virality, when you go viral, a lot of times it's for the wrong reasons. Like it'll hit the wrong side of the platform and you're getting a lot of hate. You can't see it because it gets pushed to the bottom, but like you're getting a lot of hate and that's why it's getting pushed out to a lot of people. Now, that's not always true, but a lot of times that is, right? Yeah. That's the reason why I did first, right? Is because in that video that I posted, the first one, I was wearing concealer. I put a little concealer on. And I think that I was so worried about it getting scrutiny because it's something that I care about so much.
Yeah.
And I think that's still the same to now. Like everybody says not to take it personally, but I still take it personally because it's my art. Yeah. Right. And it's something that I care about so much. Like I genuinely love the videos that I make. I do. And if I don't, I'm not going to make them, you know, like why waste time doing that? Right. And so, yeah, I think that I was, but after that kind of like wave hit of like negativity, which I was met with at first, then came rolling in the people that are like, oh, we love this. Oh, you're amazing. Oh, I see so much of myself in you. Oh my gosh, you gave me so much confidence. So that was so worth it. Yeah. Right. And before I posted that, I had a conversation with myself. And the conversation with myself was, are you okay being the person that takes all the hate on the front end so that people, if they want to explore skincare or cosmetics, specifically men, on the back end, don't get any hate? Are you willing to do that? Yeah. And my answer was yes. And so I posted it. And here we are today.
Yeah. 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 A few million followers later. Close
to it.
The weight of that though, there's a certain weight that you carry when you carry things for other people.
Of course.
Being a shield for other people, taking on the impact. Does it ever get heavy? Do you ever feel it, or are you just used to it at this point?
Oh, all the time. Dude, all the time. Like because I am known for being so joyful most often, which I am, dude. Don't get me wrong. I love life. I genuinely do. I love being here. I love people. I love you. I love every person I come in contact with because it's a new. Thank you.
Come on.
Because I get to hear somebody's story, or I get to, I just know that humans are cool, dude. Yeah. Humans are sick, and so I think that. Yeah, it definitely gets heavy, and if it does get heavy enough, I think that there are some times where I can come online and be like, hey, I'm not really feeling it today, but I do have that fear of like, if I did come online and be like, hey man, it's not happening today, I'm always afraid because I don't want anybody else to feel that way, right? Like I know how I feel, and so the reason why I project so much, or the reason why is that the right word? No, the reason why I shine so much positivity and joy into my stories and into my reels and whatever is because I want you to feel joy and confidence, because I want to take from some of what I'm feeling and I want to give it to you.
Yeah.
Be like, here's a gift. You can have it, you know? And I don't want to give that negativity because it's not fun to feel, right? Again, in that real time I'm feeling it. I don't want you to feel that. But it does get heavy for sure. And just as an overarching, like as a content creator, I don't think that people should, it's really odd to be perceived by millions of people every day for a job. Like it's just not necessarily normal. And so, and we're not like, we didn't have any training for this, right? Like it was
There was
mostly
no
always
class.
9 to 5s, you know? And so like there was no class, there was no training for this. If you go viral and you keep that momentum, you're here now.
Yeah,
You gotta
yeah,
figure it
exactly.
out. And I'm like, I'm just a silly, goofy dude, you know? So like, I didn't have a lot of training. I don't have PR train. Like what? You know what I mean? So I'm just figuring it out.
Yeah. One thing that was very common when I started diving into your character and everything like that, that I loved, is you were not afraid to talk about the stereotypes that you once thought. I'll give you some examples. You said that at some point you equated money to success. You thought 100,000 followers meant you were rich or something like that. You also were speaking about chasing virality and how it gives you a false sense of fame. Like, what does success look like for you right now? Is it money? Is it fame? And I know we shouldn't be asking double questions. It just confuses the guests.
Yeah, no,
What
please.
does success look for you right now?
Please. I think success to me now is community. Because I have felt, that sounds so sad to say. I felt so lonely for so long. Wait a minute. No, but it's true. Like this job can get lonely.
Yeah.
It can get so lonely. And so I love people and I love community and I love being able, like that's how I feel rich.
Yeah.
Is whenever I have people that I give a fuck about, that give a fuck about me, and that we can just laugh and have fun and be creative together. Dude, there's no better feeling.
Yeah.
There's no better feeling. And so, yeah, like I think that's what success means to me at this moment. For the longest time, it was wealth. And I think we all, money still plays a factor, I think, for everybody, even if you're not money driven. Like, you got to have it to survive.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have an abundance of it because then you get to do fun things like travel and go see your friends and see your family. And you get to pay for your dinner for your friends because you love them so much, right? Like, that's the coolest part about having money when you do get it.
Yeah. And so I was on a podcast with another guest.
Yep.
And they said once the success started coming, their radar or their discernment on who's there for the right reasons had to be extra high, right?
For sure.
Finding their village has been such a scary place because you just don't know why people want proximity to you.
Yeah.
How do you navigate those emotions when choosing who you want to be friends with and just saying, you know what, these people are here for Jameson and not here for success or the perks of going to events or different things like that?
Yeah. I think that this is a good question. First off, I don't have, this sounds crazy, I don't have a lot of friends, but it's because I like to spend a lot of time by myself. And also, as a creator, you really don't have a life. Like, you don't. People think that you're just like making these silly videos and then being like, okay, now I'm going to go do everything. I film every day. And a lot of times it'll take 5 hours a day, you know? So I don't have a whole lot of like really close friends. But I think a couple things. One is people that are on the same level as you can either be really true friends and really great friends, or they're just trying to use you as a stepping stone. And it definitely, your discernment for that definitely gets better. Your detector gets better. But ultimately you still get screwed over sometimes, or you still get left behind sometimes, and it hurts. But unfortunately, in entertainment, that's how it goes. Like, not saying it's right, and not saying that that's what I like, and that's, you know, that it's fun at all. But you also kind of have to accept that if somebody does use you as a stepping stone, you know, and you're like, oh, I feel used, you can't linger on it too long.
Yeah.
And when you do find the people that truly do love you, and you can feel that because like they're rooting for you every single time you have a success, and you don't see an ounce of jealousy.
Yeah.
And in those people too, you have to make sure that you treat them so well. Like, so well. Like, those are the people that deserve to be taken out to dinner on a Tuesday just because.
Yeah.
It's not the people that you're trying to wow because it's in the industry and you feel like you have to. Make sure you focus on the people that are actually there for you, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
And what practices would you say that you do to not fall subject to an industry that can be a little superficial?
I'm really bad at having surface level conversation, and somebody will know if I'm checked out of there. And
Yeah.
then, so I usually just let them know that like I either have to leave or I'm like, listen, I'm not in this really anymore.
Yep.
It was wonderful to meet you. I also, I think I just use my time wisely when it comes to, again, meeting new people, or going to events. And I think lastly, I'm not an asshole. Like if I'm being real, I just try not to be an asshole. And I just try to be kind to everybody. Like it's free to do that. And that was my dad's tagline when I was growing up.
Yeah.
That's the only thing he told me was like, somebody could have ran over my dog and he'd be like, just be kind to him. And I'm like, my dog's dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And he's
yeah.
like, just be kind to him. And that's where I learned that. Like it doesn't take much to be kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I love that you look so highly towards your parents as well. I think it's one of the reasons why on a human level I connected with you even before meeting you, right? Because I love my parents. I could feel that coming from you as well.
Of course.
You are breaking stereotypical norms. You're a man who loves skincare. Nothing wrong with that.
Of course.
I don't know why the world thinks there's something wrong with it. Whatever. You're a man that loves to look his best.
Yeah.
What did it feel like knowing that you were breaking these stereotypes, to have your family's support, to have the support of your dad, and go to a nail salon, go get a manicure with him, and be in the gym with your mom doing the content? Like, what does it feel like to have that family support?
It's everything. Like I love my family so much, and I would do literally anything for them. You know, it was interesting. I never had the thought that my mom wouldn't be accepting of like, you know, me posting things with makeup on, being who I am, right? But I had no idea how my dad would feel, right? And so, because I think my dad still, well, both of them, but I think my dad specifically was raised in the day and age where like being super feminine or being seen as gay was horrible. And like that's what they equated, right? And so like that was the worst thing you could be. And so the minute that I showed that I like to wear bags, like crossbodies, or that I like to do skincare or makeup, I was so fearful that he would take a step back, right? And he didn't. And I don't know why I ever thought that. My dad is the most loving person in the world. Genuinely, he is. He will help literally anybody. In fact, I think he's a little too selfless sometimes. And same with my mom. They're both just incredible people. And luckily, they're both still in my life and each other's lives. And we all have a great relationship. And I know that that's not the case for some people. And I hate that because like there's no love like your parents. There's no love like family. And to have their support is gold, pure gold. Like that's 98% of what gives me the confidence to continue doing the job that I do, because I know that unit alone will always have me.
Yeah.
And that's the coolest thing in the world.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
You know what was even cooler?
Huh.
Finding out that your father wore a little bit of, you know what I mean?
He was like, I'll take grandma sometime. I was like, okay.
So you make that cool video with your father going to the nail salon.
He had the
getting
greatest time, by the
manicures.
way.
Yeah.
He had the greatest time. He's like, when are we going back? And I was like, you're expensive. Damn.
These aren't cheap dates.
No. I was like, you're paying next time.
Yeah. And then you find out that he wore a little, was it concealer?
Yes.
Yeah, he wore a little concealer in his past. And did that bring you guys closer together from that, from those experiences?
Absolutely. Yeah. It
sounds like you guys were already close. So let me just
for
say
sure.
that.
Yes.
But, was that vulnerability even bring you guys even more closer?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that even unspoken, I think that it's just, especially for me, I was like, oh my God, you actually, okay, that's great. Like you know this, even though it's something that's not at that time and in his life as widely publicized as it is in my life. Yeah. That's something that continues to like link that together and bond us. And I think that's really, really cool.
That is really cool.
It is really cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
You know what I noticed too, and this was a recent realization when
Tell
I
me.
was looking at one of your stories. You had asked for like Disney movies that would just
Yes.
make you cry and
Yes.
stuff like that. There is a part of you that longs for human emotion. Just it's
So much.
It's part of who you want to feel everything.
Of course.
Where does that come from? So many people avoid that side of them.
Yeah.
That vulnerability, that emotional side. They want to be hard as a rock.
Yeah.
Where does it come from, just allowing that side to be a part of who you are?
I don't think you fully get to know who you are as a person until you open up that side of yourself. Like, emotions are so fucking cool, dude.
Yeah.
Emotions are so beautiful. Like, to be able to cry and laugh and hit every end of the spectrum and be angry and upset, and yet, like, it's so cool that us as human beings, we get to experience the full spectrum of that.
Yeah.
And it's so freeing to allow yourself to, because, dude, I think we all could agree having a good cry feels so therapeutic.
Phenomenal.
It's phenomenal.
You feel so much lighter.
That's what I'm saying.
What you just need.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. So I turn on Pixar every time I need to, and I just bawl like a baby.
There we go.
It's so therapeutic. And same thing with like laughing. Laughing is just so good for the soul.
Yeah.
It's like going into the sun. Like, it's just, you're like a lizard. You're like, you know, it's so nice.
Yeah.
And then also, I think that there's a proper time for being angry, because that means that somebody did something wrong to you, and you know your value as a person.
Yeah.
And being disappointed because somebody you loved did something that maybe they shouldn't have. And again, you show that you have high value for yourself as a person.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a bad thing. And so being able to express emotions on every level all across the spectrum, I think, is the healthiest thing you can possibly do. Genuinely.
Yeah.
Especially as a man. I think that being able to be for everybody, but like, especially for everybody, but also men, because a lot of men won't allow themselves to be softer.
Yeah.
And show that emotion and cry. And it's, you know, it's no, I'm just sweating from my eyes. Okay.
A little allergy.
Yeah, my allergies acting up. I don't know. It's always those, right? And but I think there's a deeper conversation obviously there of why that is, why that's deeply rooted in them. And I think for me, that not being deeply rooted, because no matter if my dad grew up in that time that he did, he never like instilled in me that I couldn't be soft, or I couldn't cry, or I couldn't laugh. Like, my parents let me, and I'm so blessed that they let me express emotion at all levels, no matter how frustrating I was, because that obviously carried into today.
Yeah. I'm a person, which you might not know, I consider myself the most romantic man on the planet.
I love that. Are you kidding me? I love that.
Rom-coms.
Yes.
I watch them all.
Yes.
I post them all.
Amazing.
I believe in love so much that I refuse to let it go. I believe that it can be the foundation to life, and also be the thing that you sprinkle on top to make it so special. It's a softness that I've embraced. But in modern dating, that softness can sometimes be looked at as weakness. And so for you who has embraced a softer side of yourself, I always say, for me, it just means that I need a woman who can be softer and understands that even when I'm softening, she needs to soften as well.
Yeah.
For you, how does that look? How does dating look, and how has your personality and who you've embraced impacted your dating life?
I think it's interesting whenever you are a male who is a little bit more expressive or a little more emotional, to find a partner that, and not emotional as in like, I'm always crying, right? Like, but it's you allow yourself to feel that emotion, right? So being somebody who allows themselves to just kind of feel emotions on all forms. I think there's a lot of people in the world who are in search of that person to take the lead. And I'm so happy to take the lead in a lot of things. But I also don't want to always have to make decisions. And I don't want to feel like if something is bothering me that I have to bottle it up. And I feel like, unfortunately, it's few and far between that you find partners in this life that are okay with a male who is a little bit more expressive or a little bit more like an emotionally aware, because maybe it's a little bit more nuanced to the dating world, right? And so I navigate it very carefully. And but I'm also myself always, and like from the jump I try to be as authentic as I can in that world, because the worst thing is when somebody doesn't really show you who they are, and then later on it becomes a whole different story. And I don't want anybody ever to think that way of me. So
I mean, it's not a lack there of options. I can go to any of your posts. It's a Rolodex of women just shooting their shot. So it's not a lack there of option for you. I know that much. But it's just who you carefully select. Jay-Z said a line in a song. He said, "She loves when I'm a thug. It turns her on. As soon as I got soft, it turned her off." Right? Like there's this notion, there's stereotypes. Good guys finish last. And all of these things. There's this notion that as men, we have to be hard all the time. And I personally hate it. Like, it goes against my personality so much.
Oh my God, same.
Right? Like it's just, I'm not a guy who's gonna dictate what you do and how you do it and forcefully say this and get angry.
Dude,
it's not my personality. So having I'm using discernment a lot because it's the only word on the top of my, having the discernment to then say, this person or your future partner has to be able to embrace your emotions as well, and you embrace their emotions. Like
absolutely.
That to me is one of the most critical things in life. Do you think about that type of future? Right now, you're Jamison Lange. You're the person who does content. You are the person who does it very well at a high level, right?
Thank you.
You're always busy. You've taken time out of your busy schedule to have this wonderful conversation with me.
As I should, because it's you. Are you kidding me?
But do you think about that next step in life? Family, kids, things like that? Are you even there yet, or is it just something that you've tucked away?
Maybe this is a shock to people or not. I don't, two things. I don't really know that I ever want to get married.
Okay.
And I don't know that I ever want to have kids.
Okay.
Yeah. I just have so many goals and aspirations in this life. And that's not to say that maybe someday it'll change. I could start a company and sell it for $100 million and then be like, you know what? I think that maybe this is the time to start a beautiful family.
Yeah.
Who knows? But for now, at 28, like I have no desire at all to do that. I'm so focused on the work that I'm doing, and I'm so focused on my community in the online space. I just want to help so many fucking people. Dude. I want to help so many people be so confident unapologetically that I don't really have the desire to carve out time for that.
Yeah. Which I think is okay, right?
Well, for sure.
That's why life isn't linear.
I mean, it's my life, so I'll choose it. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
exactly.
Like, I think it's okay because it's what I want for myself.
Exactly. Yeah. So with that personal mission of trying to bring everybody as much joy and as much confidence, I'm going to ask a weird question.
Dude, ask the weirdest questions.
If social media was gone today.
Oh, shit. I'd be broke. No, I'm just kidding.
If social media was
it had to be so sad, but you know.
Yeah, it would. It actually, the connection level would be so low.
So sad.
But if social media was gone today, how would you find a way to fulfill the purpose that you're on right now? What are some things you think you would be able to do?
Good, that's such a good question. Where do you come up with this? Is insane. I think the easiest answer would be first off, advocating in a space for men's mental health. Um, because I think there's a massive loneliness epidemic for men.
Yeah.
And sometimes from a fault of their own, sometimes not,
Yeah.
right? But I think that I would start there, at least when it comes to like my mission and purpose. And then I would start a cosmetic brand that was the most worldwide, the most known across the nation as the most gender neutral cosmetic brand. Genuinely think I would, because I want to find a way to make males be comfortable walking into Sephora and grab the chapstick that they want, right? The lip balm that they want, or the, try to find concealer, whatever the case may be, something like that. Any way that I can make sure that somebody feels like they are still supported from me and instilling confidence, I'll do it.
I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, whoo. Some allergies we were talking about.
Damn, the pollen's crazy in this room, really.
Yeah. The pollen with the Jamaican music in the back.
We just,
There is something about who you are that screams authenticity. And
Thank you.
I think in some ways or another, the word authenticity gets thrown around a little bit when it comes to creators.
Yeah.
But there's something very authentic about you. And one thing that you said before is that you can't just pretend that you're going to do something just for content.
Mm-mm.
Why or what makes showing up that authentic to where, like, if you're going to an event, you have to really be going to the event? What makes that level of authenticity important to you?
This is amazing. First, you should see how many videos are in my phone that I've made, like of content that I've made that I won't post because I had to force it that day. And it just doesn't, like, if I post it, you'd be able to tell right away.
Yeah.
And I just won't do it. I'm so willing to throw that away instead of just make the quota of like one post a day, because I never want to stray away from being able to be this authentic voice that people have found me to be, right? Excuse me. And I'll also let you in on a little like inside secret of like what it is for me filming. When I have a transition, so when I do the behind the scenes of the transition videos, I will not tell anybody my idea until I turn the camera on. That's how I keep it so authentic, because whenever you see my behind the scenes, those are the first thoughts that are ever flowing out of my mouth about the transition. Wow. And so I have no reason but not to be authentic in that moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And also I understand that it takes people time to get authentic around a camera. Like, for sure, because a lot of times when people turn on the camera, it's like, and you have to stand straight up and you have to make your shoulders back or whatever, right? Not shrimp posture, but like a question mark. That's not gonna lie though. Today I'm like, anyway,
I know, me too.
I look good,
I'm extra,
I'm up here like this. No, I probably look like a question mark, but those are the first times I'm ever saying them out loud. When I turn on the camera, and that's kind of how. Same thing with, like I told you, that stories are my favorite thing ever.
Yeah.
Because it's like a little mini vlog, real-time series. I get to take my friends throughout the day on my story.
Yeah.
And I do feel like they're my friends. Like, they reply back all the time. We have great conversations, and it gets so fun. And that's what I like about it. Like, they'll give me real-time feedback. I'll post this outfit, and they'll either be like, yo, that's so good, or change the shoes. And I'll be like, I got it. Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's how I keep it as authentic as I can. And it's super important to me that I do, because the minute that you lose that authenticity, I think your brand goes to shit.
Yeah.
I think you do. Like, genuinely, I think that your brand is tanked once you stop being who you are, because then you've lost yourself.
Yeah. And got lost in your words right there. One thing that I wanted to ask, because you're so confident, because the person I'm sitting across from inspires me so much.
Thank you.
Is Do you still get scared to explore different avenues? Like I know one thing you said before is that you never went full glam.
Uh-huh.
Has it ever been like a thought and maybe it's still a little bit of a fear? Or do you think you're at a point in your career where you're just gonna post whatever you want?
I think that there was a time in my career where I still had the same beliefs that everybody else does. Like, I didn't go full glam because I didn't want people to mistake me for being, for being one sexuality or the other,
Right.
right? And I was like, wait, who cares? Like, who gives a shit? I think that the coolest part about this life is you can express yourself in so many ways.
Mhm.
And if I want to put full glam on, that doesn't mean anything other than I literally just put makeup on my face.
Yeah.
That is what it means.
Yeah.
There's no meaning behind it. The only meaning behind it is because you gave it one, right? And so, like, same with me. If I don't let that have meaning and I'm like, this looks sick. Like, when I did the Euphoria makeup, that's the first time I've ever put makeup.
So good.
Thank you, dude. I had no idea what I was
Killed
doing.
that.
Thank you, man.
Killed
Thank you.
it.
That makes me so happy.
So good.
But that was a decision I made because I was like, this is gonna look fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that was in my mind at that time. It wasn't like, is this gonna make me look too feminine? I had the greatest time doing it because it was a different way that I wasn't used to of expressing myself. And unlocking those new levels is so fun.
Yeah.
So great.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I there are still times where like I will get nervous. I made a video yesterday that I'll post in a couple days. I'm doing a transition, but I'm doing a dance in it. And I don't know if you can tell, but I don't dance very well. If you can see, how
Listen,
light I am. I
don't
am
know
fair
if you
skinned.
can tell. I don't dance very well either. So
We're in the same
yeah,
boat.
we're in the same boat.
But even in the video, I was like, I don't know why I'm getting so nervous right now dancing.
Yeah.
Because nobody else is in the room besides me and a camera, and I was still getting nervous.
Yeah.
Right. But I think it's also because I was excited to like try and challenge myself more. Like I'm always excited to try and challenge myself more. And so if that's even in a new way of expressing myself, I'm always happy to do it. But yeah, of course I get nervous. I get nervous about so many things, so many things, but I don't let it stop me. That's the important part. Is like, I still don't let it
You
stop
do
me.
it scared.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Do it regardless.
You'll never get anywhere in life if you don't do it scared.
Yeah.
Because the best things on the other side of what being scared is, like genuinely,
That's a real and a half. So that's fear. When we tap into more levels of fear, there was one thing you said in an interview, and man, it resonated so well to me. You said that you feared one day that you won't be accepted. Is that still a fear of yours? Because like even with me with this podcast, I have no episodes out. It's not that I'm delaying out of fear, but there's a fear there. There's a fear that it doesn't resonate with people, especially what I'm trying to put out. And I'm still navigating that.
Yeah.
How do you navigate the fear of just maybe your next post could be your last post that people resonate with? Like how do you navigate the space of fear of being not accepted?
Yeah, I think I should definitely pull this curtain back and say I am fearful every day. The moment that I wake up, I am nervous that that's my last day that I get to do what I love, genuinely. And that never goes away for me. And I think that's because I love doing what I do.
Yeah.
That I'm so scared of it going away. I'm so scared of not having all my friends online that I get to talk to or, post stories to every day. Like I'm so fearful. But I'm so fearful, but I'm also so ready to do things past fear because I never want to let myself stop because of fear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Am I still fearful of being accepted? Honestly, I don't want to be accepted by those who don't want to accept me. And I know that the right people are going to accept me. That's why when I'm on my stories and I mess up talking, I just keep going. I don't stop. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna, I'll repost. No, I don't care. Like, it's the most human thing to mess up your words.
Yeah.
There will be 75 sentences in this podcast alone that I've messed up probably. And it happens.
Yeah.
That's the most human thing that you can do. And so I think that the only way that I'd be fearful of acceptance right now is if it came down to me losing the opportunity to do what I do now. And that is like, I said something stupid online, which it's pretty hard, or it's pretty easy to just not say dumb shit online and get canceled. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But like, it still happens.
Yeah.
And I think that that's the only reason I'd be fearful. But genuine, that was close. There we go.
There you go.
Genuinely, no, not really.
Yeah.
I'm just so happy with who I am, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I love me. I love my personality. And I used to think that like thinking that way or saying that out loud sounded like conceited, right?
Yep.
But no, I'm so happy that I am so happy with who I am, because that makes life so much easier and so much better. I wouldn't say easier, better. Life is still hard sometimes, but I know that I've worked so long on the personality that I have that I'm just so happy with myself. So like, even if you don't accept me, I accept myself, and I think that's cool as shit.
Yeah. It's the journey. You knew what it took for you to get here.
Of course. I saw
so
every step.
Yeah.
And who's not going to accept me that didn't? Kick rocks into traffic. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I just want to put in perspective, because we didn't touch on this early, just your
Yeah.
journey, right? Like, I don't want to go all the way back, but I'll highlight
yes,
it for the
yes.
audience. I mean, you worked at a pet store. You was a financial analyst. You worked at a bank. Like, it's not like this was overnight. You went through your own personal journey
For sure.
to be able to stand here today and say, I like me. That's so big. There's so many people out there that don't like themselves.
Yeah. Oh,
There are days where I'm sure you and we don't like this version of ourselves. So
Of
we still go
course.
through that. But to be able to sit here today and just be, I like who I am in general. Most of the time, I like who I am. You fight for that. You've been fighting your whole life for that. I've been fighting my whole life for that. I think it's one of the reasons why we connect so well. We can't dance because of our skin
Of course.
complexions, but
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah, we're basically twins.
For somebody who is sitting down right now, struggling to post that video because they're afraid that it might be against the norm, or they're afraid of not being accepted, what would you tell them?
Post it as quickly as you can. Because that just filters out the people you shouldn't have around you. And it's also scary. I know it's scary to let the people go that aren't supposed to be around you at that time or in that season of your life, because it's familiar and unfamiliar. What? Is that the right unfamiliarity? No. Whoa.
I think
Relax.
I think that's a good word. I think it's good.
I made it up.
It works today.
But the unfamiliar
Yeah.
is scary. And everything that you want is on the other side of that. Genuinely. Oh, it is. If I could have told myself that so long ago, that everything you want is on the other side. You just got to go through it. And there's no easy way. You got to go through it. The only way out is through. It's only through. But you're going to have a hell of a time doing it. And you should make it the best journey you possibly can.
I love that.
Yeah.
I always close these interviews the same way, with the same 3 questions. You ready?
Ooh, okay.
All right,
Hit
here
me.
we go. First question.
Yep.
What matters to you now? What used to matter to you before that doesn't matter to you anymore?
Material things. I used to always think that having a nice car, or of course I still like watches, but like I thought I'd buy 7 by now, and I haven't. Material things just don't really suit me anymore. I want long-term wealth, even like just to be comfortable with myself.
Yeah.
Right. Like I want to be able to, I don't want to be making Get Ready With Me's at 47 years old. I just don't want to,
Yeah.
I want to be able to move on to the next level in my life of what I think that should be. And yeah, so for now, I think that's, yeah, that's the best answer I can give you.
What matters to you today even more than it has ever mattered before?
Doing a better job at showing the people love in my life that have shown me so much love. I think that I get really busy with work, and I think the only way that I try to make up for that is by monetary value, whether it's buying dinner for everybody or being the one at Christmas that buys the most extravagant gifts. And I need to work on, and I am working on being better at being a better friend and son and brother and showing up for those people like they show up for me, because that all of this stuff that we have around us, all of the material things, all of the money, all of the, at the end of your life, that's not what you remember.
Yeah.
It's the memories you make with people. It's the people that loved you the most, and they were there for you in every step. Didn't ask for anything, just loved you. And so I need to work on that for sure. That's what matters to me right now.
I love that.
Thank you.
I love that. Oof. And if you can go back to your high school graduation right now and give yourself a piece of advice that you think you could carry with you for the next 10 years, which is pretty much right around where you're at now, what would you have told yourself?
Don't go to college.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasted so much time in college. I spent my first year just basically drinking, and that was it. And it was the biggest waste of money, because I don't need a degree for what I'm doing. I also just right now, I don't necessarily know that that matters the most in the world. And I always think that hands-on learning is the best learning possible. Genuinely, like that's the best way that I've ever learned.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say don't waste your money on college, and instead get straight to work.
I love that.
Yeah.
Get straight to work.
Get straight to work.
Listen, I want to thank you so much for being a part of this podcast. It's been amazing, like a dream to interview you, to meet you in person.
Thank you.
You've given me so much confidence in just this next journey. You've given me confidence to really step into not only the person I am, but who I want to become. Do it unapologetically, do it authentically.
Yeah.
Get on a story with my deep puffing eye patches and just be as genuine as possible, right? And not be worried about making mistakes.
Yeah.
They're gonna come.
Yeah.
And so I want to thank you personally for that.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you. Before we end it,
Yes, go ahead.
Can I sorry. Apologizing to a table is crazy. Can I ask you those same 3 questions? Can I ask you to answer them?
Whew. Nobody's ever done that before.
Is that okay? Can I do
Yes,
that?
It's
oh,
okay.
Sweet. Okay. Hit me with it.
What used to matter that doesn't matter anymore? Success.
Ooh, okay.
I used to think that notoriety, fame, or false sense of fame, and having the big house, the cars, the money, the following would make me happy. And maybe I have not achieved it, so maybe it would make me happy, but I don't really care anymore. I don't care whether this interview gets 5 views or 5 million, as long as the 5 views meant something and changed someone. So yeah, I don't know if success is something I'm chasing anymore, as much as I'm just chasing my own fulfillment of just feeling like I'm moving through this world and making it a better place than it was yesterday.
That's amazing.
I
That's such a good answer. Okay.
And I think what matters the most to me now is family. Similar to you, showing up for them, showing up in ways that they want me to, right? Like I'm a father, love the crap out of my children.
How many kids do you have?
I have 2.
Beautiful.
And I wouldn't trade that for the world. I want to make sure that not only do I show up for them, but I am there for every moment of their life, right? I don't ever want it to feel like I'm showing up in a way that is compensating for presence.
Do you think that you've been how old are your kids?
My daughter is 16. She'll be 17. And my son just turned 9.
Do you think, in your experience as a parent, you have enough wisdom to share one piece of advice with parents that are listening?
Yes. Never be afraid to learn from your children. There's so many things that they have taught me as a man to be more patient. We think we're the ones that are patient. No, they're the ones that are patient. They are patient with us.
Yeah.
My daughter, she was my life support. You know what I mean? Like when me and her mom separated, in the way that we separated, I didn't sleep for like 9 days. I was just watching Law and Order SVU for 9 straight days. I would take her to daycare. I would take care of her. And one day, it was 2 a.m. I'll never forget this. The emergency broadcast came on her TV, just this loud screaming, beep, beep, beep. And so she woke up afraid and came into my bed. And it was the first time I had slept in about 9-10 days. She just laid next to me and I just passed out. I mean,
Really?
children are so powerful. And I understand you said that you don't want them. Everybody has a choice. But if you were to have them, I would love to have you back on this podcast.
Absolutely.
And we'll talk as fathers.
Yes.
And then, yeah, I think that's what I would give parents. I would tell them, never be afraid to learn from your children.
That's amazing. That's incredible. And the last question is what?
The high school graduation.
Yes. Yes.
I think what I would tell myself at my high school graduation is not only to find God sooner, but find your village sooner. Because all the heartbreaks, all the disappointing times, me and you share something in the sense where when I'm unhappy, I'm like, I don't want to give this side of me to people because why would I want to bring them down? Like, I want to be joy and positive. But my father told me, he was like, these are the sides, that side of you when you're going through something, when you're in pain, when you're suffering, it's the side of you we want the most because we never see it.
That's such a great thing for a father to say.
Oh, I love him. My father, he's like Snoop Dogg. He just
Dude.
smokes weed and gives wisdom.
That's so
He can just sit in there, smoke a weed and give a wisdom.
That's
but
so great.
And it's still something I struggle with.
Yeah.
It's still something I struggle with to just give somebody the hard times. I struggle to give them to God.
Yeah.
I pray less when I'm going through something.
Really?
I pray more out of gratitude. So it's something I genuinely struggle with, but I'm working on it. And this podcast has helped a lot. Moments like this where I get to sit with you and be vulnerable in front of another person that, we just met really for the first time today. It helps a lot. So I think that's what I would tell myself on my high school graduation. And just trust your gut. That's another thing I would tell myself is trust your gut. Do it afraid. Even when you're afraid of what your gut is telling you, there's no right or wrong decision. There's just your decision. And so make one and don't linger in the confusion.
That's great.
Thank you for that. Nobody's ever asked me that.
Of
in
course.
all these episodes.
Oh,
I
dude,
appreciate it.
I love hearing people's stories. It makes me so happy. And with that, thanks for joining. I'm just kidding.
No, listen. Thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you for
sir.
being on Maybe This Matters.
Thank you.
And for everybody watching, I don't know how much times I have to say this, but you're the reason why I do this. I'm hoping that maybe this helps. I'm hoping that maybe this heals. I'm hoping that maybe this matters. Thank you.